Hi everyone, happy Monday and official November. I hope you are having a great start to the week. Just wanted to pop in for a quick overview video as the work is continuing to evolve and the immensity of conversation, the deepening of conversation will definitely continue this week with the introduction of some new material. So I want to first say thank you for your continued bravery and courage in the moth work. It's coming along. I know this is a long form assignment, but I want to encourage you all to continue to ask questions of each other in the format that we have laid out. Uh, certainly from the statements of meaning standpoint, the critical response posture, now that you are deeply in telling your own story, now eliciting feedback, I think this is the thread of discourse and building bridge and practicing language that is both of a critical nature, providing very clear insights and reflection, but also we have agency in that as makers, as human beings. We can ask in very direct ways what we need feedback on. Sometimes I think we forget that. So continue on with that work. I'm looking forward to the next drafts. If you have questions about that, certainly ask me. Now, this week we are continuing our opening circles. I want to just continue to give kudos to our first group. If you are not remembering, I did post the picture of the under 3.4 opening circles, the schedule. So make sure you look at that. We have two groups again this week, and we'll sort of spread those out as we did last week. Looking forward to that. So now, in preparation for our work this week, we are going to connect the thread of Paulo Freire, Augusto Boal, liberatory education as dialogic, and the one of the major components of this class, which is using theater to bridge difficult topics, difficult conversations. So what we will be adding to the fray is a very well-known article by Tema Okun. It is in the 4.3, excuse me, I misspoke, in the 1.5 culturally responsive teaching. And this article is discussing in a very specific way what we would discuss and is known to be white supremacy culture. And it does go into context and provide a litany of resources and how the synthesis of this article and piece of discourse really came about. There is a direct link to dismantlingracism.org, which I would highly recommend you all look into. But the interesting thing is that it notes a sort of principle or facet of white supremacy culture, and then it also provides a list of antidotes or offerings to counteract, which I think is really helpful. Sometimes we'll discuss an issue, but then we won't necessarily think about what an action would be. What does it sound like? What does it look like? What does it, in a descriptive form, what is that antidote? And I think that is helpful to us, especially in moments when conversations get crunchy and we are activated in a way. So I'm offering that as a touchstone to our conversations about culturally responsive teaching. And what's ahead of us is actually a choice that you will be needing to make, as evidenced by in module 4.4. And that module, I think it's 4.3, forgive me while I pull it up. Yes, dramatic literature, choosing a play and creating a map toward facilitation of a difficult topic. There are 5 named, and 3 of them are radio play format, and the other 2 are fully formed plays. So you'll have an assortment to choose from. And I invite you in this moment to just look at that assignment and get a sense of what that work will be, because we're going to start that work this week. All right. Thank you so much. As always, if you need support, reach out. Take care. I'll see you all on Wednesday.